clear that only a great delegator would be able to diversify without spreading themselves too thinly per se. And
For sure.
I guess that goes back to that skill of of delegation. Your headmaster said something to you that my best friend Joe Ridgway said to me when I was 18 years old after I dropped out of university. My best friend Joe Ridgway from Plymouth said to me, I remember I was stood in this curry shop in Rusholme. He said, "You're either going to be a millionaire or in prison."